The 18th Amendment, which prohibited alcohol beverages in the United States, was ratified in 1919. The 21st Amendment, ratified in 1933, was put in place to repeal the 18th. And later, the Drinking Act of 1984 made it so that the age to legally consume alcohol was 21. Today, I am proposing to you not only why the age should be lowered to 18, but also the steps necessary to make it into a law. I will give a recap on my previous speech where I talked about how the lower age can help increase safety and provide social advantages, and also how our drinking age compares internationally. Then I will go on to talk about the lawmaking process and why this is the best way to make the lower age possible. Last week, I gave my indictment speech on lowering the minimum legal drinking age from 21 to 18. According to the article, Minimum Legal Drinking Age at procon.org, 18 is the age of adulthood in the United States, and adults should have the right to make their own decision about alcohol consumption. So shouldn't you be able to make your own choice to have a drink, just like you can choose to serve in the military or vote? I support the lower age for a few reasons, and one of the biggest ones is how it will help increase safety. It's no secret that there is a high number of underage drinkers, and since they usually drink in unsafe environments without supervision, they are prone to making unsafe decisions, such as drinking and driving, violence, sexual abuse, and many other stupid things. Those incidents would occur less if our young adults were allowed to publicly consume alcohol. They wouldn't find themselves in those unsafe environments. Safe drinking environments would promote smarter, safer drinking decisions. Not only would our young adults be safer, but it would make our society a better place. The availability to drink would diminish the thrill of breaking the law to drink, and would stop the promotion of the general disrespect for the law in other areas. A lower drinking age isn't a crazy idea, so don't just shake your head and say it'll never happen. The reality is that 21 is the highest drinking age in the world, with only 7 other countries with the age this high. The global average is 16, but many countries don't have one at all, according to an article by Professor DJ Hansen. We haven't had the current drinking age for very long. It was just over 30 years ago when our country changed the age to 21. But could you imagine our country without a drinking age? It sure would have a dramatic change on our overview of consumption, much like it has done for the majority of the world. A fine example is our friends in Europe, whose drinking ages range anywhere from under 21. As stated by Will Fulton in his article, Is It Time to Lower the Drinking Age? I can tell you the difference between the way they drink and the way we drink is like comparing someone who enjoys an after dinner mint to a fat kid who dove headfirst into Willy Wonka's chocolate river. He also wrote, the level of respect and control young Europeans had when they drank was because they had been exposed to alcohol most of their entire lives. These kids knew how much alcohol they could handle because they were taught about it in an upfront and transparent way. Our youth does not possess that knowledge because they haven't been given the opportunity. Dr. Patrick Newstetter, the medical director at Lloyd Moss Free Clinic, grew up in England but lived in the United States for several decades and has a different perspective on the drinking age. He shared that it has always blown my mind how American college culture is so focused on drinking, while most of the students are doing it illegally. If Americans could move past the thrill of drinking, they would gain a more respectful attitude, be more in control when drinking, and it would even reveal some of the health risks consuming too much alcohol at a given time could bring. Now, if you're thinking this might actually be possible and want to do something about it, listen closely to this next part. The Code of Federal Regulations has provided in their article the 4 steps involved to make a law. First, there must be a written draft of the desired law, which requires a sponsor by either the U.S. Senator or a representative. This makes it a bill. Whoever supports it takes it to their respective branch where it goes through a vote. During this, they can also propose to amend the bill, meaning they can make small changes to what the bill does and therefore making it more appealing, giving it higher chances of passing. The floor must vote on any and all amendments before voting on the actual bill. If the majority is in favor of it, then it will pass and go to the other branch of Congress. If the bill wins majority in both the House and the Senate, and they approve all changes, it will go to the President. The President has the power to either sign the bill into law or veto it. If he vetoes it, then the bill has failed and would have to be redrafted and start the process all over again before it would have the chance to be passed. If everything goes well and the bill is signed into law, and that would officially lower the drinking age to 18. I am proposing this method to you because going through the process is the proper and most effective way to get anything accomplished in any case of the law. Protesting and complaining lead almost nowhere, so talk to your state representative or senator about proposing a bill. In conclusion, you've heard about how the lower drinking age can increase safety and lead to other social advantages, not only for our young adults, but for our future. We learned that the US is the highest drinking age in the world and that most countries don't have one at all. I have presented to you the steps it takes to put the lower drinking age into law and justified why using those steps is the most effective way to get something done. With this, I have proposed to you why and how the minimum legal drinking age can and should be changed from 21 to 18. Thank you.